What's up, everyone? Today I'm going to be going over a review/guide of the power plant robbery that was recently revamped in Jailbreak. I know I'm a bit late to the party with this, but I just wanted to make a video. I was kind of running out of ideas, and I was like, why not? Here's a disclaimer actually before we start. The thumbnail of this video, and this video in general, is very, very similar to Bespectacled Gamer's video about the power plant. So, Bespectacled Gamer, if you're watching this, or any people who watch his channel, I'm just sorry if you think that I'm copying him. I had no intention of copying him, but yeah, now that that's out of the way, I also want to say that many of you enjoyed my most recent video of the Roblox Flicker theme being remixed. And if you want any more music, I definitely have some more music that I made. So if you wanted to see more of that content, just let me know. And yeah, let's just jump right into it. So the power plant is still in the same location as it was before. It just looks different. There's a completely different robbery, and yeah. So let me just get my car here and make it my favorite color, which is purple. Purple is actually going to be the theme of this channel now. I might actually change the channel name, but I don't know what to call it. So if you have any ideas for what my name should be, just let me know in the comments. Just if you have anything to say at all, let me know in the comments, guys. So the power plant can be found by going over here. Ooh, the Surus. Yeah, it goes pretty fast, but sometimes it just starts flipping around randomly and spazzing out. I don't know why it does that. It just does for some reason. So this route goes into the city, actually. And you'll know you're in the right place once you pass the jewelry store, which should be on your left. And you should be going towards the museum. But at the last second, you're going to turn right, like I am. And by then, you should see the Tesla, the Model 3, which actually got revamped for the 5 days of vehicles. It was day 3. And there it is. So, as you can see, the outside of the power plant is amazing. Like, I really like the black and red combo. It reminds me of Black Widow Spider. That's just a fun thing. But overall, it has the same robbery mechanics. You basically just drag the numbers together so that they match, and then you can go inside. So as far as the interior of this robbery goes, it's just amazing. Once we get down here, I'm just gonna give you a moment to appreciate the interior design of this robbery. Asimo and Bad CC just must have worked really hard to make this robbery. I mean, it's so cool. And also the music. The music is amazing, and Creekcraft would definitely agree with me. I really loved his video on the power plant. But anyhow, let's just jump right into the robbery. So it's basically the same thing, but it's just a little longer and more difficult. Now, for me, this isn't that hard, but... And then you get the uranium. Oh, you have to avoid being crushed by those pistons, or you'll turn into a pancake. But yeah, there are 2 pistons, so you want to avoid getting crushed by those. Oh, the power plant just closed, so I got kicked out of there. And then you have the uranium. An interesting thing is that the music is actually still playing when you're getting the uranium back to the criminal base. But yeah. So let me just go back here. As far as money is actually a really important thing with the power plant robbery. I believe when it first revamped, the maximum was 7,000 cash, but I think they may have nerfed it down to around 6,750 maybe, but it definitely doesn't give you as much cash as it used to. So... as far as that goes, the best vehicle for this robbery to use would probably be the military helicopter. Or maybe the Little Bird. I don't know what the fastest helicopter in-game is. It's definitely not the default helicopter, but just a helicopter is generally better. It doesn't really matter which one you're using. Just use a helicopter because that you don't really have to cover that like rough terrain. Yeah. So as you can see, we just dropped the power plant for 3,900. That isn't the best example. That's not like the best I've done. You'll probably get a little bit more than that if you're using a car. Maybe about 4,500, maybe. I don't know. But the power plant, the awards I give it, the Jailbreak Robbery Awards, I just made this thing up. It gets the funnest robbery award. I just really like robbing it. It just has so much joy involved in it. And it also would arguably it will give you the most cash if you're using a helicopter and you don't have any game passes. So this robbery would be ideal for people who don't have any game passes, but are still pretty decent at the game. That would be like me. I am by no means an expert at Jailbreak, but I feel like I'm all right. I have a bounty of around 156,000, and actually no, not a bounty. I have $156,000. But anyway, yeah, the Jailbreak power plant Revamp would probably be the best robbery if you don't have any game passes and you're just looking for a good robbery to give you cash when you're kind of starting out, but not really. And I just crashed into the water. Great. But I think that about wraps it up for today's video. Another thing I could tell you about the power plant would probably just be its overall location and how easy it is to get to and get far away from. I don't know if this was intentional, but the power plant seems to be like the farthest robbery from the criminal base. Or maybe it would be the cargo plane, but you don't need the criminal base to rob the cargo plane. But the power plant is pretty far away from the criminal base. That doesn't really matter, though, because you'll still get the same amount of cash either way. If it was closer, that would be nice, but I don't think that would be really fair, because then you'd just immediately get cash, like, instantly. But its location, it's pretty far away from the other robberies, actually. But as you just saw, the route that I took, like from the power plant to the criminal base, that's the general route I take. I noticed in Bespectacled Gamer's video that he took a different route. I might try that someday, though I don't have any rocket fuel, and he did use rocket fuel. But anyhow, guys, that just about wraps it up for today's video, and I will see you in the next one. If you have any ideas, leave it in the comments. Ideas for my next video, leave it in the comments below. And goodbye.